Hey, what's up guys? Shane here with Rice Creek Bushcraft. Gonna do something a little bit different today. Something that I've not done much of at all. We're gonna see if we can find a rock. I'm back here in the woods and there's an old rock fence. See if we can find a rock, a stone.
Yes.
Some piece of chert, however you say it, C-H-E-R-T, chert, that we can strike a spark with on a steel. It's basically an old file I have. What I'd like to do is first off, we'll get a fire going and we'll make some char cloth. And once we get our char cloth, we'll go see if we can find a stone that we'll be able to make a spark on our piece of steel, because ultimately that's, fire that you're gonna have indefinitely. Ferro rod's gonna wear out, and obviously matches and lighters are gonna wear out. So anyway, stick around and get the camera set up, see if we can get a fire going, and then we'll go off and venture and see if we can find a stone that we can make sparks with. All right, guys.
You're doing a good job, Daddy.
Thank you.
I see in the video. Daddy.
Alright guys, so we got a fire going. Then what we're going to do is cut up one of my wife's washcloths. Shh, don't tell Mom, okay? And we're going to put it in this tin, and we're going to get it hot and burn it. That way we can make our char cloth.
What, Daddy?
So we don't need a real big fire. We just need enough to get this going, burn that cotton washcloth up, and make our char cloth so that when we find our stone, we can see if it'll actually catch fire. So give me a second here.
No, I got it.
This is how we're going to make our char cloth. So we're going to get this and burn it. It's going to turn really black. And there's not going to be, it's going to fall apart. So we get it in here, kind of stack it in here so. We got to get it really hot.
Mom's going to be really mad.
You think Mom's going to be really mad? Well, don't tell her and we'll get in trouble.
I will.
You're going to tell her? What the heck kind of helper are you? Nice, I'm going to be in trouble now.
No. You are not going in the woods anymore.
Okay, we're going to let this breathe a little bit. We want to let it get a little bit of air. A lot of times you can just take a screw and drill in here and put a screw, and then you have that out until you get it smoldering real good. Then you can put the screw in and kill it, but we'll just leave the lid open a little bit. Hopefully, like this.
Here's your hat.
Alright, let's let that get going and see if we can make some char cloth, baby.
And I'm going to, you cut up board height. A little.
Okay, so we got our char cloth going. I got to shut this back up or it's just going to keep burning. But that's what you want it to look like. I'm going to shut it back down and kill the air on it. Hey, little girl, what's your name and what are you doing in my camp? What is your name?
Shaylee.
Shaylee? My name's Shane. Nice to meet you. Will you watch my camp for me? I got to go find a rock.
Okay.
Alright, thank you. Alright guys, we're going to go over here and take the camera and the tripod and see what we can find. There's a cool old rock fence here. There's lots of different rocks. I'm not a geologist or whatever they call them, people that study rocks. I have a pretty good idea what to look for. Something that's smooth textured and possibly something that can break smaller sharp pieces off. I don't know about this one, but we'll see if we can break it and we'll find out if this white type of rock will catch spark. Alright, so the reason I'm picking this rock is you can see how it's broken here. It's kind of got a sharp edge, so that tells me it might work. But let's see if we can bust something off it. I'm going to throw it against this big rock here and see if I can break it. So when I throw this, guys, I'm closing my eyes because I don't want a shard to come up and hit me and blind me. So if you do this, don't just throw a rock at another rock, and at least wear safety glasses or close your eyes. So I'm turning my head and closing my eyes. See if I can bust this. Yeah, exactly. It flew right back at me. This piece right here came whizzing right by me. First throw. So that's what I'm saying. It could be dangerous. So let's see if this will actually spark. It looks like a good rock, but like I said, this is kind of new to me. I mean, I've done it with flint. Oh yeah. So when you're doing this, I don't know if you can see let me readjust the camera here. Alright, this might be a little bit better. But when you're striking this on your rock, okay, what you're actually doing is this rock is cutting the steel and taking off shavings. A lot of people think it's the other way around, but no. The rock is cutting into the steel and taking off little teeny tiny slivers. But look at that. I mean, this thing throws, I don't know what this is, but this throws a great spark. I mean, as good as some flint I've had. So I'm going to work at this a little bit and see if I can get a little bit smaller piece. And then we'll go back over by the camp and we'll get our char cloth. It should be ready to go by then, and see if we can, get it to go. I mean, it'd be fun because if you have a rock this size, you're talking about fire for a long time. And plus this piece of steel is I'm not gonna say forever, but it's gonna last a hell of a long time. You could have a couple of these in a rock this size. You can make fire, just about indefinitely. So I'm gonna see if I can break this up a little bit more. I'm gonna lay it on that big rock and then smash it with another rock as I turn my head and get some smaller pieces that are a little more manageable. Alright, so I was able to break it some, not as much as I'd like. It's still kind of big, but this will work. So let's go back over to the fire and we'll get our char cloth and we'll see how well this works of just coming out, finding a rock, and being able to make fire. It could come in handy sometime. Hey little girl, what was your name again?
Shaylee.
Shaylee. You did a great job. Thanks for watching my camp for me. I appreciate it. Alright guys, so we made it back over. I've got my piece of char cloth, and I'm going to get it on a sharp edge and hold it under here about like so, and strike this against there and see if we can make a spark. So I'll get it in focus, but it's easier for me to do it down here, not holding it up by the camera. Well, let's try another side here. Right there. It took me a few tries, but damn focus. I'm got a good ember right there. I mean, if I were to put this in a tinder bundle and do this, ow, shit. Yeah. So that worked. I mean, let's try it one more time. See if we can get this out. We'll try it again. Once the stuff gets going, it doesn't want to go out. Stuff took right off. Alright, so I got a lot smaller piece now. But we'll try it again. Just to see. Alright, let's try it again. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just holding it just under where I'm striking this against. This piece is pretty small now. I have more, but I'm just doing this for fun. You can see well, I don't know how well you can see it, but I'm getting some really good sparks off this. Let me grab another piece. That piece is pretty small. So all I did is, ooh, yeah, when you get this stuff, it's really fragile. It's hard to hang on to without tearing it to pieces. Alright, let's try it again here. Right there. Ouch, it's burning me. So that was easy. Actually really easy. Next time maybe I'll have a tinder bundle ready, and we'll actually see if we can get a fire. I mean, obviously if I can get a good ember like that, I can make fire with it. So I wish I knew more about this, guys, as far as you know, what this rock is, but I've seen a lot of this kind of rock around. This white, and it's kind of breaks off in different facets, and the edges are sharp. Like this is really sharp along here. You could easily cut yourself on this. So I don't know. That's pretty cool little experiment to try. So maybe, like I said, next time we'll actually make a fire with this. I just wanted to see if we could come out here, pick up a rock, and strike it against, basically all this is an old file that somebody is, you know, bent, blacksmith that got it hot and bent it. That's all it is. It was on my deck, so it kind of got rusty. It's not anything I really use very often, but what the heck. It seems like it's easier than, well, it doesn't seem like it. It is a lot easier than get a fire going with a bow drill, which is another fire source that, you know, can last a long time. But at the same time, you make a hearth board, you're going to get, you know, whatever you get, 3 to 6 different burns out of it, and that's going to be junk. And also your spindles that are using, they burn down really quick. I mean, you can start out with a long spindle, and before you know it, you've burned it down to nothing. So this is going to last a hell of a long time, hell of a lot longer than that, longer than a lighter of matches. This stone, I can just throw this in my pack, and as long as I have some char cloth, I mean, that's kind of key. Not to say that I couldn't catch maybe a bird nest or other type of natural stuff, like maybe, you know, you could take dead wood and put in here and do the same thing, or punk wood, which you can find a lot of places. So this is stuff you can find out in the, you know, out in the woods naturally. You wouldn't necessarily have to bring a washcloth from your wife, but it's just what I had available, and I wanted to do this test so we could check it out together. But yeah, anyway, it's kind of a cool little thing to do. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next time, maybe we'll try some punk wood, or I'll actually come out here and we'll make a fire. So, hope you liked the video. If there's something else you'd like to see, leave a comment and I'll see if I can do it. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.